we will present the result of our group work. My name is Putu Ananda Sukmaditi. My study number is 1901071011.
And me, my name is Eti Mesawardani, student ID number 1904071017.
Okay, then I will to present a manual catalog making system. The manual library is a major source of information product, mostly in printed form. Information in printed form must be processed in such a manner as in the usual procedure that is still asset in the manual library. For example, making a catalog as a book representative and a classification system, the product call number as a collection element tool on a collection rack. Therefore, an information system is needed, such as aligning the card catalog in the catalog drawer and aligning the collection on the collection rack. There are various manual catalogs as follows. Card catalog is a form of library catalog in which a bibliographic description are recorded on 7x20 cm card. Card catalogs are arranged systematically in the catalog drawer. Card catalogs are still widely used in various types of libraries in Indonesia until now. The advantage of the card catalog is that it's practical, so that every time you add a new book in the library, it will not cause problems, because new entries can be inserted in the existing card line. The use of card catalog is not influenced by external factors, such as power outage, and the possibility of damage is very small unless the library is on fire. The disadvantage in the touch on the catalog drawer only stores on entry time. Sources often have to quit to ask it, especially when searching to the same entry. Difficult to ask it if you are in large number, because you have to sort through and rack of cards in the order of index. Basically, library catalog cards can be divided into three types, namely author catalog, title catalog, and subject catalog. 1. Author catalog is used if the book we are looking for is only known by the author's name. Composition of the author catalog arranged systematically based on the author's name of a work in the catalog cabinet. Through the author catalog, it can be known that certain names have produced certain composition. And 2. The title catalog is used if the book we are looking for only knows the title of the book. The title catalog is arranged systematically based on the title in the catalog cabinet. Through the title catalog, we can know the title of the same book written by different authors. And the 3. Subject catalog is used if we want to know a variety of books that discuss the same subject. Usually use the collection library materials from the purpose of making research papers, which discuss a particular subject. Through the subject catalog, it will be known works written by authors with different titles but have the same subject matter. Each card has its own search function. In the alignment of the card catalog in the cabinet, the catalog is arranged alphabetically by letter and by word for word. In the library catalog, alignment system is very important, needed to help library user and manager in the information recovery cycle. Then the card catalog is arranged in the catalog drawer by alphabetical starting from the author catalog, title catalog, and subject catalog. Book saved catalogs have long been in use in libraries. Catalogs are often also called print catalog. The advantage of a book catalog is that it can be printed and needed, can be pledged in various places, and actually distributed out to other libraries. Entries in catalog in the framework of book can be found quickly, easily store them, easily handle them. They are compact and neat. The weakness of the book-shaped catalog is a quickly obsolete or out of date. That happens because every time the library gets a new book, it means the previous catalog must be renewed or the list make a supplement. This book-shaped catalog is not flexible. The cost of making a book catalog tends to be more expensive and is equally absolute because the same and number of listings often change. So the library left in and gradually moved to order catalog from especially the card catalog. Catalog file or album in English called shape catalog is a collection of cards that are bound into one like a book or album. This catalog is made from manila paper or plain paper. This file catalog consists of several sets of plain paper which are loosely bound together. The size of each sheet is usually 20 x 10 cm. Each bundle usually contains 500 to 600 sets, each of which contains only one book description. The advantage of this file or album catalog are easy to use. User can be used different catalog. Additional entries card can be inserted by unpacking existing card. The disadvantage of a file catalog or album is called the shape catalog as follows. Once there is an addition to have to unpack the file, it tends to be actually lost because of its smaller size than the book catalog. Microshaped catalogs are increasingly well known in line. The development or computer output microfilm atau COM. COM is made in one form or microfilm or microfiche. Microcatalogs are cheaper than book catalogs and is proven that maintenance costs are cheaper than card catalog. The shape consists and easy to store, but on the other hand, many customers find microfiche versions that are not pleasing to us. Okay, next, the result of our group from ETI.
I will deliver feature material from our group. Please attention. Filling system for books on shelves. If the reader visits the library or checks a dictionary or encyclopedia, then the reader will find an alignment filling that seems a little confusing. For example, the reader wants to know about Bung Karno's entries in the library. For this purpose, the readers must use the catalog. The reader might look for in the Bung entry, maybe in the Sukarno or Sukarno entry new spelling, or perhaps in Ahmad Sukarno, a name commonly known among foreign journalists, whatever name you are looking for. To make it easier to access the entries in the catalog, the entries in the catalog must be arranged according to a specific arrangement that is useful for the user. The process of completing entries in the catalog is called alignment. The arrangement or organization of entries in a library's catalog may be different from similar things in other libraries. Perhaps the reader encounters the order of entries alphabetically, chronologically, geographically, or according to classification cards. In the British Library, many classic catalogs are found. Then, in the order, there is an arrangement according to the card, according to the author's alphabet, and title and subject index arranged according to a series of index procedures. In contrast to American libraries, many lexical arrangements, dictionary catalogs, mean the author entries, titles, and subjects are lined up together, arranged alphabetically. There is also a completion according to a catalog of divided catalog. In the system, there are two orders of entries. The first arrangement is a combination of author entries and titles arranged in alphabetical order. Other arrangements are subject entries arranged alphabetically. At various Indonesian libraries, many use shared catalogs. Alphabetical arrangement might seem simple, easy to do. In reality, the alphabetical arrangement is not as simple as many people think. If the entries are not lined up, there are usually not many difficulties. But if there are thousands of entries being lined up, the problems encountered will multiply. To carry out the alignment, so far several alignment regulations have been made. Alignment rules. Many libraries do not stick to an alignment regulation, many of which make modifications. Whatever the rules, the two methods of alignment are alphabetically known. The two methods are word by word and letter by letter alignment. Letter by letter alignment means the word formation in the header are ignored. Each subsequent letter is taken into account in its alignment. In the word-of-word method, each word is considered but limited to the word. In encyclopedias, dictionaries, and other reference books, word-for-word alignment methods are commonly used. Between the two methods, there are intrinsic differences. For example, in the juxtaposition based on the word-for-word method, the term uncle precedes the term son. But if according to the method of alignment letter by letter, then the term son precedes uncles. In the word-of-word method, the empty space between words has an alignment value that precedes each letter or number behind it. The practice is known as nothing before something in the second word and then treated as a second word. The following is an example of alignment using both methods, letter by letter, word by word. Child allowance, letter by letter, and child build, word by word. In Charles M. Carter's work entitled Rules for a Dictionary Catalog, there are rules of alignment. This regulation was developed in accordance with his idea of a lexical catalog, dictionary catalog. The main principle is alphabetical order and alignment into one of the author's entry, title and subjects. Sometimes certain features of classic grouping are included so that the alignment according to Carter is not entirely alphabetical. ALA 1942. The first edition of the ALE rules for filling catalog cards is essentially a summary of various alignment methods that were applied in various American libraries at the time. Because there is no consensus among libraries, nearly 60% of regulations are alternative regulations. Many of these regulations include classifications in alphabetical order. The causes difficulties so that the ALE regulations are difficult for libraries to follow. 2. Library of Congress 1956. Initially, the regulation entitled Filling Rules for the Dictionary Catalog of the Library of Congress was only used for the purpose of the Library of Congress, United States only. However, these regulations were then copied by other libraries. The regulation is not entirely alphabetical because in the inter-alignment interfilling, there are special provisions regarding various types of entries on grouping of subjects headings. 3. ALA 1968. Because of the emergence of pressure from librarians on the need for a simple alignment regulation and the development of cataloging regulation in the 1960, a second edition of the ALA rules for filling catalog cards emerged. This edition emphasizes the importance of the correlation between the formation of the header and the alignment arrangement. Headings are aligned according to what is written without regard to mental insertion, reduction, or transposition. The main principle is the arrangement to the alphabet by ignoring punctuation, as well as a few minor expressions. The main expression is individual family name entries grouped together and aligned before other entries that have the same word or combination of words. So, Sukarno's entry as an author precedes Sukarno's entry title or Sukarno as subject. 4. ALE abridged 1968. The regulation is a summary of ALE 100 1968 alignment regulations. Abridged or ALE abridged contains the same rules as the full edition version. The difference is only a very special material, and the explanation is not contained in the concise version. This edition is intended for small or medium public library catalogs. 5. ALE Filling Rules 1980. This alignment regulation was made a response to critics who say the traditional alignment practice is too complicated, too rigid, and too attentive to good theoretical difference. Then a new regulation was drafted that came out in 1980. ALA Rules 1942 responds to various alignment practice including various alternatives and variants. ALA Rules 1968 tried to simplify the rules by trying to set simple and consistent rules with the expectation of being kept as low as possible. ALA Filling Rules 1968 simplifies the alignment regulation by eliminating expressions. The reader needs to pay attention that the above alignment rules are a manual alignment regulation. When alignment is done with a computer, then the results will be different because the computer only recognizes letters, number, and empty space. Specifically, for the Library of Congress filling rules, it was made by considering computers' catalogs, so that a computer program was used in the Library of Congress based on the Library of Congress filling rules. 6. Library of Congress 1971. The Library of Congress rules of 1956 were intended for catalog cards and were not suitable for computer alignment. Computer alignment distinguishes uppercase and lowercase letters. Numbers are lined up by numbers, whereas in human rules numbers are aligned as they are pronounced. For example, 1001 is aligned on the letters because it is pronounced as the 1001. A new alignment regulation for the Library of Congress was developed with the aim of searching library materials with complete information. Search library materials armed with incomplete or certain information and browsing. The main principles of this new regulation are: elements in header are treated as a form and arrangement in the header. Related entries should be made one with the consideration that the user is difficult to find because they do not know their exact form. The default set of segments needs to be defined for each type of alignment entry. This regulation is used in the Library of Congress for its catalog and the ranks of computer products. For example, in the Library of Congress subjects heading and Library of Congress catalogs, film on other materials for projection. 7. Indonesia. Until now, there are no alignment regulations made by the National Library or the Indonesian Library Association or the Indonesian Librarian Association. Indonesian librarians can use the work of L.K. Sumadikarta titled Alignment Rules. Thank you for your attention. That's all from our group. Sorry if in delivering the material there is still many shortcomings and mistakes because we are just ordinary people.